What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and hit that notification bell while you're at it, ladies and gentlemen. EGTV, you already know. And if you're on your phone, it's even easier. Press that like button for me. And you know what? Subscribe while you're still here. And big up to everybody watching. Check out most of my content. I'll be throwing out more content every single day. We're going to be talking about Mikel Arteta possibly going to Barcelona and managing Lionel Messi if Ronald Koeman does not stay in charge. If the new Barcelona president comes in and it's Lopetegui or whatever his name is, he will be then possibly sacking or relieving Ronald Koeman of his duties, only to bring in Mikel Arteta. And we will be now speaking about this, and we will and getting into the nooks and crannies of this story and seeing if it's true, fake news, possibly could happen, if it could not happen, and could Mikel Arteta be going from Arsenal to managing Barcelona and Lionel Messi? I don't know, but let's get into it. I got a steam panel today. I got Kesh, Samuel, Brandon, and Babs should be coming through in a bit. And right now, let's just go through some of the chat. And guys, the question I have to you guys is, first, before we get into the story, can you see it happening or not? Because I mean, this is a story that's gonna come up every single week until Lopetegui becomes president.
No, you know what about this rumor? It's gonna happen every single year for the next 5 years until Arteta leaves Arsenal. This is what I see from this rumor, because when Arteta first came, I was like, one day if he becomes a successful manager at Arsenal, I can totally see him going Barcelona, because he's a boyhood Barcelona fan. Do you remember he came through the I think was it La Masia? Messi, he came through there, so he's an academy product of Barcelona. And what Barcelona identified, he's a Pep Guardiola understudy, like many other Barcelona managers, and he plays the style of football they want to play. So I can see this happening. This is going to get everyone, Arsenal fans, Egal, Kesh, get ready for this rumor for the next 5 years. This will be a current rumor.
Okay, and Kesh, it came from a credible source. It came from a source over there in Spain. Everyone knows this source. It's a reliable source, and that same source also said that it's possibly it's possible. Cam sent me a message from the same source. What is it? Rashid Rama, and it's FB Barca fan account. He said Lopetegui is interested in bringing Arteta as one of his targets if he does get the job and he relieves Ronald Koeman of his duties, but he's under no pressure currently to relieve Ronald Koeman of his duties, and sees Arteta as a friend of Pep's and a good and that could be a factor in the possibility of him becoming the manager. Now, I don't know. This just sounds like paper talk. I don't know if it's true. One thing I do know is going from Arsenal and managing players like Aubameyang to go into Barcelona and managing players like Messi, it's a big step, and I don't know if he's ready for that yet. I don't think Arteta as a man would put himself through that if he wasn't ready.
I don't think he'll leave. I think he's committed to the project. I'm not surprised with him being linked though, because what you have to understand is football, as much as we don't like it, football is all about politics, and there's a lot of people who highly think of Arteta. They respect him and believe he can go on and do good things once he gets going. So it doesn't really catch me off guard. It's something that I'm gonna expect. Like whether Arteta is at Arsenal or somewhere else, he's going to get a good job. It doesn't matter if he's there or not. If he gets sacked today, he'll get another good job, because people are always going to recommend him for a manager job.
Yeah, and what do we think about like he went to Barcelona? He wasn't in the academy at Barcelona, was he? He went there when he was young, though.
He was.
He was 16 when he went there, right?
Yeah. You go Rangers, then PSG, or the other way around.
I think it was
PSG, then Rangers, then Everton. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, so he has the experience. He has the experience of being there as a player too, and he grew up there. Now, I don't know. Do you feel like he would leave Arsenal to jump at the opportunity, or based on the fact that what we know about him as a man, especially when he applied for this position in the first place, that he would not just be quick to jump into a position like that? What do you think?
No, I don't think he'll be quick to jump ship. Like, I think he looks up to Pep. He kind of idolizes him, and from what I know about Pep, Pep doesn't jump ship. He's not one of those managers. He likes to stay and see through what he's trying to do.
Yeah, 100%. Also, I think Mikel Arteta as well with Barcelona links. I really doubt he'll go because I think there's another former player on top of the list. I think Xavi is the main one. Yeah, Xavi is currently managing Qatar, and they want him badly. They see him as to help them with this rebuild because it's gonna take a while, and they want someone who knows the identity and culture of Barcelona. So I think Arteta is on that list, but he's at the very bottom. So there's no need to worry about it.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Now moving on from that, when it comes to Mikel Arteta, do we see this whole situation dragging on and constantly being linked to jobs away? Because as a City, I spoke to a City fan, Yan, and she wishes him the best. And you know what? There's City fans that hope one day he can come back to their club, and they see that as a possibility. And that was part of his progression plan at Man City. So is it just Barcelona that will be after him, or do we have to worry about the fact that, hey, one day he's going to possibly be going somewhere else, and it could possibly be to either City or Barcelona? He's going to leave eventually.
Oh man, stop this comment.
Listen, I think if he manages to do any good at Arsenal, I don't think you can evade clubs trying to come and take him. They will come if he does well. It's inevitable. Any manager that does well and teams feel that they could do a good job for them, they will come ask him.
Yeah. Someone in the comments said Arteta is too weak for Barcelona. If you look at the situation currently in Barcelona, I wouldn't say they're too weak for anybody because they've taken risks with their managerial positions as of late. Don't you agree? Yeah, and we got the big man in house too. We have big man in house. So yeah, just to get you caught up, we were talking about Arteta and the possibility of him going to Barcelona. I know you looked at the report too. What we're talking about is the fact that, first of all, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's kind of just a story that's going to be brought out there every couple of weeks, every couple of months. They're just going to keep bringing it back and forth. Every couple of weeks, they're going to bring that story back. But do you think he is ready for that jump, or he would even be willing to make that jump anytime soon? Because it took him a while to accept the Arsenal job.
I don't think he's going, and I'll tell you why. I first things first, what I believe has happened here is it's a presidential race for Barcelona, so there's a lot of candidates basically. And what I was hearing the other day actually, and I've seen a video of Laporta on a podcast where he was asked about Arteta and he laughed it off kind of. So I think what's happened is Arteta has been leaked by one of the other candidates, so to see if the Barca fans like him or don't like him, if you get me, and see how they react to it. So I don't think there's anything in the report itself, but with his heritage and him being, from the Barcelona Academy, there might be something into that. But in terms of the step up, no, because he's at Arsenal now. He's here as a manager, not a first team coach. So I don't think he's going in the first place. So, but yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And Kesh was saying the same thing. Now, what do you guys think about the whole thing? Like the manager, everyone's saying Arteta, it's been mixed by Arsenal fans. Obviously, the people who want him out are basically saying, Barcelona, please take him, or people are saying he's not good enough for Barcelona. And then you have the Arsenal fans who want him to stay. You know what? He's not ready. I don't think he would leave. I don't think it's going to happen. I think maybe in the future. But this whole notion as fans, we have to get rid of it, where Martinelli, he's too good for Arsenal. He's going to leave eventually. Even you hear about it from Saka. People saying Saka's going to be in City in 2 years' time. Like, we have to change our mentality as fans. That these people are just going to leave us, because they will if we don't change our mentality. Like that's a problem.
Nah, easy.
Don't you guys agree?
Like he's staying. No, in terms of, I hear what you're saying about the fans' mentality, but I think why that is because of our scars in the past. Van Persie, Fabregas, Sanchez, Ramsey as well. Players there that we wanted to keep, but they moved on. Whether it was contract issues or Arsenal just being, a slow club, we can't, as fan base, do that because the club hasn't acted like a big club for a while. And until they start doing that, so for example this summer, then we'll see fans change their mentality as well. So, but yeah, I do hear what you're saying.
Okay. Now I was gonna move on to the actual Arteta thing. Now, do you guys feel like the trust the process thing with the shoes, you guys seen it? Everyone's seen it. If you want, I'll get the picture up in the meanwhile, with Lacazette putting the shoe, the minions Do you take that as a shot at Arteta, or do you take that as a shot at the actual players? Because he did put minions. So when you hear minions in French, that's usually like, you know what I mean, puppets.
I don't
No,
think. I
no,
don't
you
think
know.
it's a. Go on, Samir.
No,
I don't
I'll-
think it's. Go.
I'll just go first. I think it's a shot at some of the fans because Lacazette is very active on the socials. He did unfollow some of his people who rep Lacazette, and then they turned on him. He unfollowed them. I mean, he's very well on social media, and I think it's a direct. I mean, shot at the Arteta outers on the socials. That's my genuine opinion.
For me, I don't think it's a shot at Arteta because what everyone says when a player turns, this is the stick they used to beat Arteta with. When a player turns on Arteta or do something wrong, Arteta hangs them out to dry. If we can sit here, or not us, but some fans can sit at home and say it's a shot at Arteta, would he not be able to see that himself? And then would Lacazette have played against Leicester on Sunday? I think people read too much into these things to build up a argument against the manager, and they try and come together with other fans and just follow and be sheeps. For whatever reason, Lacazette's put that on his thing. We do not know, but I can tell you that is most definitely not a shot at the manager.
I think it's the furthest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and with Arteta as well, he's a guy who's ruthless, isn't it? If a player does anything that says something about him, he's going, yo, you're out of the team, So if it was a shot, he wouldn't have played it on Saturday or it was Sunday. What I'm saying, but yeah, I think yeah, it's a shot at the fans, or not the fan base, but some of the fans that are always negative and always want the best and always want quick little reactions. Sack the manager, new one in, like Chelsea. If you want to be like a Chelsea, go support Chelsea. Goodness gracious me. Like, I don't want to be that club. We never have been that club that have just sacked managers. Go look at our history of managers, whether it's, George Graham, whether it's Arsene Wenger, whether it's, Herbert Chapman. They're given 10, 20 years sometimes to get their stuff in. So we've never been a second club. We never are going to be like that.
Yeah, you know what? The argument I always hear as somebody who's backing Arteta, the argument that I always hear is, why are you backing this manager? You should clearly see that he's the issue. He's the one person. You know what? I think he gets it. I think he gets something, that we need to fix this culture at the club of having people in the club who don't necessarily care or don't necessarily understand what it means to play for this level of a club. And when I see him move out the likes of Kolasinac, the Ozil, the Mustafis, the Socrates, that's him shedding the fat of the club, making us better going forward mentality-wise. Because from what we've seen at Schalke, I don't even want to get into it, but like those guys, what they're doing at Schalke, revolting and stuff already. I don't believe it that they have that much control, but it just goes to show you that they were part of the problem. And just some people don't see that. Can you guys see any progress at all? Because
just on that as well, Egal,
was a progress. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? Just on that as well, you mentioned the players that we just got rid of. When Mikel Arteta first came in, they said we will support this man if he gets rid of his players and changes the culture. And he's trying to do that. He got rid of Ozil, he got rid of Mustafi, Kolasinac, Socrates, just supposed cult at Arsenal. And now he's trying to get rid of the culture. Yes, the league position is wrong, but by fixing the culture, I mean, he's doing what they want, and eventually it'll pay off. That's my eyes. That's the way I see it. It'll pay off.
The thing is, Guna Express, you say he has his favourites. Yes, you're right. But a lot of managers has players that they believe in. Whether that then players produce or not is another question. But in any sport, managers as their go-to guys. Jose Mourinho at Chelsea at their go-to guys. What you think Pep don't have his favourites at Man City as well? It happens at all levels sport.
It does. I even heard Leicester fans having a go at Rodgers after the Europa League game for having favourites. And the reason why they have favourites is because they probably watch them train every day. And we don't see that. We just see on the pitch what's going on there. If they see them every single day, and then if a player's given 10 out of 10 in training every day, then you got to pick a minute. You can't let him do all that work and just let him rot on the bench, if you get me. So, he has his favourites, but that's probably because they're players that want to play for him the most, and they give the most to him as well. But yeah.
Go to that bottom comment.
Look at this. Look at this. Now, I don't give a shit about culture. We're 10th or F6. That to me just shows you you're thinking about the here and now. Managers have to not only think about the today's situation, but they have to think about the future. Do you want a manager who is a win now manager who sacrifices the future for the short term, or do you want a manager
you know
who's
what I'll
actually
say,
looking
right?
at the bigger picture?
Position-wise, Emery's Arsenal in his first year were better than Arsenal right now, right? They were 5th and we were 10th right now. So you then say that team's better than Arsenal right now. But if I would compare the two teams, and if you were to play against a better team like a Liverpool or a City, I'd rather have this team because we can actually win against those teams nowadays. The record against Klopp is we've got 3 wins out of 4. If Mikel Arteta is a bad manager or a bad coach, you want to pull that off against Klopp of all teams. I can see change in terms of structure, but in terms of results, that only comes down to the players. It's the job of a manager to get the ball to the final third. What happens next is down to the players. How many times do we get the ball to the final third? Example being Aston Villa. Never made that many chances, clear-cut wise, but we got the ball to the final third so many times. But then Bellerin or someone else will make a poor pass, poor decision, and we lose the ball. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal is all about creating positional overloads on the sides. The third goal against Leicester, for example, is the best way to show that. Cedric provides the overlap, so it shifts the Leicester defence, and then you've got Odegaard and Willian. And that's what it's about. So the more the players understand that system and the tactics, that's when we're going to see more goals and more assists and, in general, better football.
On that as well, I think Babs has first. I'm going to put up a comment that Emery had a worse team. Babs has first-hand experience that Emery had a better team because during the 18-19 season, he had Lacazette and Aubameyang at their peak form. He had Aaron Ramsey while he was there. He was in his peak form. He had Mesut Ozil, who was still a decent player. And the final 4 games, he took it easy against Crystal Palace. And then everything fell apart since then.
You can go through that and also just say, if Emery was such a good manager, then when he signed Pepe and he signed Tierney and Luiz and Ceballos, right, why did we get to 8th in the league and he gets sacked in November? If he was that good of a manager. Because that means we got better players at Simba, right? We signed Pepe, broke a record signing, so we got better players yet got worse in the league. No, what happened was we lost our balance. We let go of Ramsey. Ozil wasn't playing anymore. So when you lose that creative balance, that's what happened. And we've seen the same thing with Arteta. But since Smith Rowe's come into the team and Odegaard's come into the team, attacking midfielders that are good in the half turn, look at how better we are in terms of making chances, getting goals. Since them two have come into the team, in the league, 7 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses, 22 goals scored, 9 conceded. We're scoring goals, conceding less goals, and getting better results. And the 3 defeats was against Villa, Wolves, and Man City. We should have beaten Wolves if it wasn't for the red card. The Aston Villa game was again a mistake from Cedric Suarez, and Man City. So I can see where we're going.
Okay. Just moving on quickly. The next topic I want to talk about. Emil Smith Rowe. If you guys haven't already heard, Emil Smith Rowe, he did pick up an injury. There's a little of an update on the injury. He might not play the next couple of games. I'm not sure how long he'll be out for. Have you guys heard anything else about the injury or the updates?
Arteta's quotes was that he doesn't look good, but he said after the game he felt good. So that means it's a hip injury, innit? So I don't think he'll be out for a month or two. He'll probably be out for a week or two. But it does then show to the people that were saying, why have Arsenal signed Odegaard? Because he's going to stunt Smith Rowe's growth. Look at it. He could be out for a month or whatever, right? And you're going to have no number 10 if you didn't have Odegaard. Imagine against Leicester, what was the score? Was it 1-1 when Smith Rowe went off the pitch?
Yeah.
Imagine getting no one to bring off the bench as a 10. Bring on Lacazette as a 10. And so when I look back at our form in November and December and the football we were playing, and fans were saying, what's the manager they compared him to? The Stoke one. What's his name? Forgot his name now.
Pulis.
Stoke City.
Yeah.
That's what they call him, Pulis, right? I said, if you look at the team itself, how can you expect a team that has Lacazette as a 10, Aubameyang as a striker, a pivot of Xhaka and Ceballos to be fluid? They're all slow. Or they're all, they're not really agile. They're not good in the half turn. Whereas when you got Partey in the team, then you had Odegaard or Smith Rowe. Saka comes into the team. We're better in terms of playing better football. So you can't expect liquid football from players like that. And we were shorting players in, and that's why for me I look at 2 different Arsenals: the Arsenal pre-Christmas and Arsenal post-Christmas, because the system changed, the players changed, and we've got the number 10 that we needed. So
also on that as well, I can see some comments. This show is from the Arteta hours. I can see them in comments that they just not want Arteta out. They're calling him names in the comments, which truly shows they go attacking the person himself instead of his tactics, which shows a lot about them. I can see it.
To be fair to them, I've seen a comment right now from I believe is it Tommy. He says you judge progress at the end of every season, not throughout the season. And I agree with that. But we look at it as a fan. As a fan going to watch for Arsenal, we look at it from an outside. If we lose, we're poor. If we win, we're good. But as a manager, you have to look at it objectively. We might lose a game, but we might have put a good performance in. We might have had good actions where we had chances. And that's what they're going to look at. So come end of the season, if you look at the amount of games that we've lost by 1-0 or it's 1-1, it's 1-goal margins. That's what their owners and the board are going to look at and go, well, we might have lost that game, but it's fine margins. And in most seasons, they go your way. How many times have we beaten Wolves at home, beaten Burnley at home? Those are games we've lost this season by a goal or two. So, as I said, I'm not really worried about those games.
True.
No, I agree with you. And listen, we're a much harder team to beat. As much as people try to make it out to be, like, we're just getting battered all season. We haven't been getting battered all season. Barring Leeds, where they had many chances, the Aston Villa game, first game, Liverpool, there's not been many games where we've been played off the park. What he's come in and done, he's made us a much more difficult team to beat. If you look at our defensive record, we've not been this good defensively in how many years. So even under Emery, who you said he's a better manager, he wasn't even able to do that. He wasn't even able to beat the top 6 teams. So this guy is...
Yeah, sorry to cut you off.
This guy is making progress. You just need to give him some time. And me, like any level-headed fan, yes, we wanted the result to be a lot more consistent over the season. And there's many factors as to why it wasn't like that. Because, yes, for whatever reason, Ozil wasn't involved. But we never had the players to accommodate and do the things that he wants to do. And even now, there's still certain players in this team that can't deliver what the manager wants them to do.
Yeah, man. And I keep seeing this. Emery had this player, that player, this player, that player. Bro, why is he still not here then? Why did he get sacked? I don't get it. Jenkinson left in the summer, right? Czech left in the summer. We got Leno. We have all these. I don't get it, man. If you're gonna not back Arteta, it's fair enough. That's your opinion. But if you use then the argument that Emery's a better manager, we should have kept Emery, then you're worse than what we are if you look at it that way then. Because Emery is a good manager in his career-wise. Yeah, fantastic. But not an Arsenal manager. He's too pragmatic, in my opinion. And he's too, at least with Arteta, what we have seen in most parts, unless injuries happen, is consistency in how we play, how we attack, and how we come to games. And do you know what the funniest thing was at the start of, end of last season when we started to play games where we were kind of defensive, and we were trying to get results. People start saying, oh, this is boring. We can't watch this play. Then Arteta releases the handbrake, and then we start conceding goals. People start going, oh, no, we're too open. We can't. If we are what you think we are, we would be winning the league title. We're not that good. We're so far off right now.
Yo, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. That's what it is, man.
The thing is,
at the end of the day, people just want to react.
The thing is, at the end of the season, yeah, fans are gonna take a seat back and they're gonna assess the season. And the fans who wanted Jose Mourinho, the fans who wanted Ancelotti, not that I'm against Ancelotti, I would have taken Ancelotti. But if those managers then don't finish in that high position that they've expected these managers to finish, are they then going to switch the goalposts? Because that's what a lot of fans do, they switch the goalposts. If Ancelotti doesn't finish in a Europa League spot or Champions League, are you then going to say he's not a good manager? I don't get it.
I think what Arsenal fans are trying to avoid right now is that circle that we keep going on. Sack, hire, a bit of good form. Fans get excited, we lose again, we go again. We just need to ride it out now. Ride it out for a year or two and see where we're after that. Because I can assure you, at least we're going to be a better structural team. I can assure you of that. And overall, if you look at it, in the past, since Wenger's left, look at the regimes we've been under. Gazidis was there, he left. Then you had Sanlehi and Mislintat left. Then you had Sanlehi and Sanlehi left. Then you just have Edu and Arteta. So you're not going to have a good squad assembled by so many different people and different philosophies of how to do it. Agents were out, scouts were out. You just got to be... You got to see it out now. Look at Man United, for example. They were sacking managers, Van Gaal, Mourinho. With Oli, they just said, do you know what? We're just going to keep you for a few years so you can steady the ship. And if you're not good enough to make us win this league title, at least you'll get us top 4. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. So enough on that. Now, the next topic I was going to move to was the whole topic with, you guys already know, Balogun dropping hints. He's dropping hints, guys. Balogun, what are you going to do with Balogun? The man, I'm honestly, guys, I'm tired of it. it's been like the fifth or seventh time now. It's been the fourth time I've had to do a story. Apparently, one time he already signed for Leipzig. That was one of the stories. Like, I don't know what to say anymore. I feel like his agent knows what he's doing. He's trying to get his player a move. He's trying to get his player the most money possible. The club is being hard-headed. The agent's being hard-headed. At the end of the day, it's his career. He wants to move on. He's gonna move on. If he wants to stay, he's gonna stay. As fans, we can't pin this on the manager or the backroom staff. What do you guys think?
Do you know what I want to say on this, right? Is obviously a lot of fans have seen him play a few games, want him to stay, give him a contract. Someone who said this, that he wanted to give him massive contract as well. I saw someone on social media say it. I forgot who it was now, right? So cool, we've seen him play. He's got potential. I'm not saying he hasn't. I want to see him succeed at Arsenal. But are you saying then, when Lacazette does leave inevitably in the summer, and so does Nketiah, do you rely upon Balogun or do you sign a new striker?
Sign a new striker.
Exactly.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
So regardless of Balogun staying in the club, we're going to sign a new striker. And when we sign that striker, fans will get excited. They're going to back him. They're going to say, this is the next guy. So, I think unless you want to just ride out with Balogun and say, you're my guy, I'm going to play you every game, which is what he wants essentially. He wants to play out as a regular for Arsenal like Saka is. He's not going to get that Arsenal. He has to wait for his time. And if I'm Balogun, I'm going, well, Nketiah's leaving, Lacazette's leaving. So
Exactly.
most likely, end of the season, I'm going to be the backup striker, which means I will be able to rotate. And if I impress in training, I can get into the first team. I don't know what he's in this rush about, but maybe he's got offers from other clubs.
But the thing is, he should know that Saka's leaving because they've got the same agent. I just feel it's a bit of his agent's obviously in his ear, isn't it? And he's telling him that, bro, like, is it a game time you want or is it money? And I feel at this age, he should be thinking, well, I'm at Arsenal. If I sign a new contract, if I stay a year or two and it's not working out, I'm still going to have that next move anyway. If he wants to move on and go to a different club, then fair enough, he can go because the club brought in a striker in what's called Muller in the summer. And that's obviously someone that they look at and think he's got a future at the club. So there's always someone there to replace you. You don't want to be it.
Exactly. We've got academy line. We've had players in the past that fans didn't want to leave because they were the next big thing. I've said it before, Javier Michi. He was the next Sancho. Don't let him go. He's gone away. Someone said it. I think you said it earlier, Kesh. He's in the German third division.
Yeah.
So it happens. It is the Gnabry's and the Marlins, etc. that we kind of think. But those men are ballers beforehand. We signed them from other clubs first. Yeah. And then they progressed. But you know what I mean?
It's the same thing with Reece Dawson. People touted him as being better than Sancho as well.
I can assure you, if Eddie Nketiah, when he came through Arsenal after the couple games he scored goals, say if he said his contract is expiring, I'm going to leave Arsenal now. Our fans would have done the same thing with Nketiah. Don't let him leave. He's the next big thing. Next, I mean, because you want him to. Everyone thinks the next player through the academy is the next, Ronaldo, Messi. They think he's the next big thing basically.
Yeah.
But we'll see where his career goes.
Remember we did this last summer when we let go of the Polish lad to the championship.
Derby.
Yeah, we let go of Bielik. And remember, everyone was watching him in the Under-21 World Cup, and they're like, yo, we can't let go of Bielik. Bielik's balling. He got the team to a championship, playoffs. We can't let go of this guy.
And Emery chose to let him go.
And then what happened?
Emery didn't get this backlash for Balogun not playing and all that. You know what I mean? So I think fans are very selective. It's a thing where they've made up their mind and they want the manager to be gone, which is fair. That's fair. But don't use these things to beat Arteta with that you didn't beat the previous manager with before.
Yeah, I hear that. And ultimately, right, as I said, I keep saying it. Fans can want him out, want him in. He's here to stay. The Arsenal board have made him the manager of the club. They're relying upon Arteta. They think he's the guy. Yeah, they've basically sacked their was it our sporting director Raul Leahy to give Arteta more power. He's here to stay, and so I'm not saying accept mediocrity because you could say that because we're 10th in the league, which is everyone says that. Fair enough, it's how you see it, but you see it as a football fan. I look at a game sometimes, as I said, if we lose, and I go, well, we lost the game, but hang on, we could have won that game. We should have won that game. After Burnley at home, everyone's going mad. Oh, Arteta has to go. We lost to Burnley at home. Yeah, we did lose to Burnley at home. But what's the game back? We should have killed that game off in the first half. You think Mikel Arteta is saying to Lacazette, don't take a chance? You think he's saying to Aubameyang, don't be able to head the ball? It's basic things that these world-class footballers that are professionals should be able to do. And that's why I still hold my things until he gets better players and I can back him.
Yeah.
Also, I
someone
just
said
want to add on as
Balogun.
well. Yeah, Balogun as well.
One second, Samuel. Someone just said in the comments, Balogun reminds them a little bit of Amici. Yeah, I remember that. I remember Amici and Reece Nelson were both supposed
Wait, hang on.
to be such top talents. It was
TJ
like
says
Reece Nelson might be sold.
yeah, I heard that as well.
TJ said what?
He said Burnley at home was on Arteta. Did he? What is it? Xhaka's fault? Is it Arteta's fault that Xhaka go and chokeslam someone? Is he going to say before the game, yo, make sure, yeah? Come on now, please. I swear before they even had the red card, they had 0 shots at goal. They were
Yeah, exactly.
He
Listen,
conceded the goal. Aubameyang got a header on a cross from them, and then it was an own goal. What are you gonna do?
yeah. Also on that as well, if you look at Balogun and you compare Nketiah was better than Balogun in the academy. You saw the goals that Nketiah was scoring on the under 23s. He was scoring banging goals, and the moment he comes into the first team, he just hasn't got it. So it could be the same with Balogun, but because Balogun hasn't shown himself, what these fans want to go on is blaming the manager, saying he's not starting enough games.
Amici isn't doing well, Gun Express. He's been loaned out to the second division for a different team.
He also says that Arteta picked Xhaka. Did he punish Xhaka? Well, who do you want to start? El Neni and Ceballos?
Rather spite themselves.
I don't get it. We don't have prime Xavi in the academy, do we?
Ceballos was injured before the Man City game. He played 60-something minutes against Benfica. He's gonna play again? No, it's not gonna work like that. You have to rest some of these guys.
I won't excuse. It was stupid. He made a mistake. But other players they made mistakes. How many times has Aubameyang cost us in games as well, where he missed the chance? But obviously he's done it in the past. He's got the money in the bank, if you get me. With Xhaka, as I said, he's had a somewhat solid season. He had a couple little errors here and there, but he's not our issue. Our issue is other players. Right back, for example, where we don't have a basic gifted right back who can attack with the ball, who can cross the ball. How many times have I seen Hector Bellerin float a ball to the far post? Why can't you hit a ball, bro? You're a professional footballer.
Exactly.
So he's not our issue. We can still get top forward Xhaka in our team and Xhaka without the team. The issue is right back and maybe a striker and not having an attacking midfield for the first half of the season. I can assure you, if we had an Odegaard at the start of the season, we probably wouldn't be 10th.
Also on that as well, he said favoritism because Xhaka's yes man. See, if you're a company, like I've said this before, the yes man thing is a myth, because see you're at this job and say you want to get 50 grand, 60 grand a year, or even 100 grand a year. Would he say no, I don't want to do this and lose your job? Obviously, you got to say yes to everything your boss says. It's the reality.
If Arteta likes Xhaka, then what about Emery? Why did he play Xhaka?
That's what I'm saying.
What about Wenger? Why did he play Xhaka? I don't get it. Why did he play for Switzerland? Why did he play for every manager he's played for?
They contradict themselves. Honestly, it's all I see is contradiction. They use this stick. I keep talking about the stick they used to beat Arteta with, but they didn't use the stick to beat these other managers with. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like I have, even though I like Mikel Arteta, I have my criticisms. I can still say certain things I want you to improve on, but that's my opinion. I think sometimes,
but it's fair criticism. It's things that he deserves. Like, yes, his decision with subs and things like that. I can understand that.
The thing is, I'm not sat there looking at him precisely, going, right, what's he doing wrong, so I can jump on it on Twitter and go, look, he's done this wrong. As an Arsenal manager, I want him to succeed. Like Xhaka, like Willian, like Bellerin. Yeah, I might not rate you as a player, but I want you to do well because you're at my club right now, and if you do well, helps me out. So I've got no agendas against anyone. I want them to do well, and same with Mikel Arteta.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna change the direction a little bit right now. When it comes to the team and everything, we spoke about loans last time, but today I think it's only fitting after the performance that Ian and Pepe gave us. Can we expect more from these two guys going forward? Can we expect more to come? Or do you guys think this was just a one-time thing? We're not going to expect this that often from these guys, or hopefully this is a turning corner. Where do we go from here with these two?
My feet is on the ground. I'm keeping my feet on the ground. As I said about Pepe, he's got ability. It's not his ability that I question. Our question is attitude as a player in the way he plays the game. And for me, obviously, there's been games or moments in this season where you see that there's been things that Arteta is working on. And as I said, to be a dangerous winger in this league, you can't always be on the ball. You need to get the ball in final third. And now what you're seeing, like you saw against Leicester, he was getting the ball. He was being able to square his man up 1v1. You got Cedric who's making the overlap and taking the winger away, so he doesn't get double up on. And
Yeah.
listen, it's up to Pepe to change my mind. I can have an opinion and think you're not good enough, but
Yeah.
I'm not ruling out you changing my mind, because that's down to you as a player.
What I'll say about Pepe, right? He has the difficult part to a T. Having the talent, which is the harder part, which not everyone has, you got the left foot of his is insane. Dribbling wise, shooting wise, he's got that there. He can do anything special. It's just the other part, the basic parts of the game. Where to be on the pitch, how to make the run. That's something that can be teach. That's the best thing. It's not like he doesn't have talent. He has a talent there. And that's why I think Arteta is going to eventually get the best out of him, because also the club needs to see that happen as well. You can't invest £72 million in a player and then get sold after a couple of years. The manager's going to have to play him. He's going to have to get the best out of him. And that's where I'm going to really judge Mikel Arteta. Can he get the best out of Nicolas Pepe? Because if he can, then I don't want to hear anyone talking about him.
Also, okay, the question there is saying, are you guys happy with 10, 11 defeats of domestic cups and highly unlikely to win Europa League? Okay, the fun thing I'll say about the Arteta hours is saying they're being real. Okay, let's be real about our team then. Mikel Arteta doesn't have the players to facilitate himself to get into the top 6. Because according to last season, this is the 8th best team in the country. And we have everyone around us are strengthened, but we haven't. You can see the systems there, the tactics are there, but the quality of players ain't there. You've got a bad right back. He hasn't got a creative midfielder. Literally no creative midfielder this season until January.
Chelsea fans have no right to talk about Pepe when they have their guy Kai Havertz, who hasn't done anything all season. No right to speak.
It is what it is. Every club has players that other fans don't rate. And for Pepe, I think the best way to do it, I think I said it before, work in silence. Keep doing your thing behind the thing. Keep doing it game by game, and then eventually everyone else will rate you as well. You're going to get to that stage. Because of Pepe's price tag, people are always going to find a way to criticise him in the first place. And now, because he's not doing that as well as he should have, people are going to find a way to criticise him again. But going back to the whole Arteta being 10th in the league, do you see us happy right now? Are we smiling? Are we going, yeah, we're 10th? No, we all are pissed off that we're 10th. But we understand that we're going to improve over time as long as we get investment. Are we the 10th worst team in the league? No, we're not. Right? We should be higher than this. But where? 8th or 7th? Is that where you want to be ultimately? And people will say, oh, but we've got better players than Villa. We do. Villa have got a more balanced team in positions. We've got so many wingers but less attacking midfielders. So many midfielders but none that are good on the half 10. All these players that are slow and sluggish. That's what we don't have. We've signed players. Goes back to it. Regimes. Different regimes, different signings, and that's what's happened. You've just bonded up players together. And now it's down to Edu and Arteta over the next year or two to slowly take you out. And they're doing that. Mustafi gone. Socrates gone. Ozil gone. Kalajnak's gone for now at least. Players like that were causing issues are gone now. And it's happening. And in the summer, Nketiah's going to go most likely. Lacazette's going to go as well, who finds some people don't like, some people like him. Bellerin's probably going to go as well. And once that happens, then what are you going to say then?
Ancelotti will get
You wanna know-
6 with his team.
You want to know something, Bavs? The funny thing is, there's something that you said there that got me thinking. Like, would these fans be as upset if they had their manager in? Would they be as upset if they had somebody that they believed in the job? Because like the fact that some people believe in the manager and some people see certain things that other people don't see, would they still be mad if we're in the same position but they had their manager in? That's what I'm thinking.
Probably.
Because it almost comes down to.
I think fans have just, some people have just said, listen, Mikel's not the guy. Let's move him on. They judged him too quickly. But that's what fans are going to do. They're fans of football. They want to see their team win every week. And if they don't do that, they're going to start, as I said, teams are second and third right now, Leicester and United. And yet their fans are still complaining as well. So it's not just Arsenal fans. This is how football fans are. I saw at the start of the season where Man City fans were honestly questioning if Guardiola was the right guy for them.
Ridiculous.
This is what happens, man. So, as I said, man, the reason why I'm not worried about the fans' opinions as much as mine doesn't matter. No one's really matters in terms of what Arsenal are doing. We have an opinion. What matters the most is the club's opinion, and they back Mikel Arteta for a reason.
Facts. Yo, enough about the whole Arteta thing. Enough about the whole squad. Babs, really appreciate you coming on, man. We're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Anyone have any closing remarks or anything to say before we go?
I saw that someone said I don't rate Havertz. I rate Havertz. I wanted him at Arsenal. Of course I did. I just said don't beat. Yeah, I talk about Pepe, man. Come on, man. Goodness me. But he does have less assists than Willian, by the way.
I guess someone said Williams a better player, like was ahead of the curve. Let's say about that. Ahead of the
You're saying Robbie's ahead of the curve.
Here's what it
Nice.
is.
Kesh.
Nah,
Kesh?
man, that's it, man. That's it, bro. I've got nothing to say. Let's just hope that this week we can continue the trend of getting 3 points.
Oh, how did I even forget? Bav, you got me flustered. Every time I have an Arsenal fan on, I ask their story, how they became an Arsenal fan. How'd you become an Arsenal fan?
Barcelona 2011.
Oh yeah, the Al-Shabaab.
When we
Was that
won.
the
Yeah.
2-0?
I was at that game,
Arshavin.
bro.
Yeah, Arshavin. 2-1.
Yeah, I was at that game.
I didn't really watch football until 2010 World Cup. And then what happened after that was I got into it. Didn't support the team, to be honest. I remember I was still in primary school back then, actually. I remember my friend talking about this game on the ITV on the night, and I was like, oh, well, let me watch this. I get home and watch the game, and for whatever reason, when Arshavin scored, I was celebrating like man, and I was like, okay, yeah, Arsenal for me.
That's amazing. Oh, yo, guys, I got Gunnar Express on. He was the one asking all the questions. Bro, you were really going in. Did we trigger you that bad in the comments? What was going on?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. We're
No,
just
I'm not
wrapping up.
triggered. No, I'm not triggered. It's just, you know,
Okay,
for
so-
me, I just like seeing people's opinions. As I said, like, you know, I'm not going to sit here and hate on you guys for being Arteta and whatever else. I just like to get to the crux of it, really. But the one thing I just can't agree with is this thing about Emery having a better team. I'm sorry, he didn't. Like, if you ask Emery, if you even ask Arteta, you know, you be honest, do you have a better team than Emery? You should say yes, because, you know, people say that Emery had the likes of Guendouzi and that. Yeah, so did Arteta. He got rid of them. And you can say that he got rid of them for reasons. That's acceptable. Because, you know, Guendouzi did have an attitude problem, but he still chose to get rid of him. So
What about Ramsey?
Ramsey, he was already gone. The guy didn't want to stay. You know, he wanted stupid money. Let's be honest. He wanted 250 grand a week. Who's paying
Yeah, no,
Ramsey
I-
200? I wouldn't pay that money to him. Like, he wasn't worth that much.
No, I hear that.
So
but-
that was an issue with the club. If the club wanted
Yeah.
to keep him that bad, they'd have spent the money, and they didn't. So
No, I do. I fully hear that. But then again, the whole point is that season Emery had Aaron Ramsey. Does Ramsey get in his team? Yes, he does. Does Koscielny get in his team? He probably does.
no,
So-
not Koscielny.
Doesn't-
His last 2 years, he was not good enough. Not over the likes of David Luiz or even Mari right now.
So you'd rather have Rob Holding than Koscielny.
Oh no, Rob Holding's trash. But I'd rather have Mari,
Rob Holding's
Luiz,
starting
and
for Arsenal.
Gabriel.
Mari's been
Yeah,
injured.
but
Gabriel's a
man shouldn't play for Rob Holding shouldn't play. I've been saying that for ages.
Then who else can play?
Everybody's been gassing up Rob Holding, right? And I've been coming on here, and you know this, Egal. I don't rate him at all. But who else do you play? We have 4 different centre backs: Mari,
Okay, let me-
Holding, if you
let's ask
have
you
to
a
play
question.
him, Luiz, and Gabriel.
Let's just say out of nowhere you become the Arsenal owner. What's the first thing you do, or the first 5 things you do?
I'm sacking Arteta for a starter, getting someone who's actually a proper winning manager, the likes of
Who's that?
Simeone,
He's not
Conte.
available, though.
I don't care. I'm going to give him the money.
He's
But
not
the thing that club won't give him the money.
No. If I'm the owner, yeah, I have unlimited money, whatever else. That's obviously to a certain extent. We are a bigger club than Everton. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care where we
All
are.
right,
Where we finished the last 2 years.
change
yeah?
that question. Change that question. You're not the owner. You are in Edu's position.
Yeah, there you
The
go.
owner is restricting you. What do you do then? You can't afford the likes of a Ancelotti.
Well, who cares? Like, that's not Edu's job to find a new manager. That's the point.
No,
of the
no, it
ball.
is. It is his man. That is his
That is the
job.
Yeah, okay. So you take a look at Edu, yeah. For a starter, he's a bit of a a wrong one because he just loves Kia Direction's agent because he is one
Yeah,
of
but
his,
now
one
you're
of his
Edu,
clients.
No.
Yeah.
Now you're Edu. So what are you doing? Let's not forget Edu. What are you doing now?
You find a new manager, but again, this is the issue, right? This is why it all comes back down to Stan Kroenke and the board because I want Ancelotti, I want Conte, Simeone, and everybody gives their different opinions. The only realistic one is Allegri because he doesn't have a job. So unless someone comes in for him, which is unlikely, he's going to have to accept whatever we give him. But the issue
It
there
doesn't work
is
like that. It doesn't work like that.
no, I don't. Yeah,
because-
you can't just
you know
go and
what?
give him any sort of money. But he's the most realistic option
Yeah, but
because
he turned us down. You're forgetting that. We're saying
he
you're
also-
saying get a
if you-
man.
no, we
that
turned him.
down.
We turned him down.
No, he
He
turned
put
us down. No.
he put an offer in the summer to say that he'd come, and if they sacked Arteta, he'd come in straight away. We said no, we want to keep Arteta and keep trusting this process. So he did want to come to us,
That's
and then
not
we
been
turned it
proven,
down.
though. That's not improving though. That was in the
Yeah,
paper.
that's
Well,
no,
the
that's
same
fine.
way-
That's
The
acceptable.
same way you
Kesh.
say Arteta.
No, that's acceptable. But although you say that hasn't been proven, but there's many things that haven't been proven either. You know, the Guendouzi stuff with these apparent arguments in the background, they haven't been proven. You know, the Barcelona Arteta links, they haven't been proven. So if that's the case, then so much things just.
The Dubai
Would you
fight,
take,
the Dubai fight has been widely spoken.
No,
about.
yeah, but there's many different ones. You know, the Ceballos fight, for example. There's loads of
Let me
stuff.
ask you something. Would you appoint Maximiliano Allegri as Arteta's replacement?
I'd take anybody over Arteta right now who's at least somewhat
Why?
competent.
Give me a reason why. Don't just give me a manager. Why?
Because the guy's won trophies. He's won 15 trophies in his career.
Mikel Arteta's won 2 trophies in a year.
One. The Community Shield's not a trophy.
Okay, but
I'm not
you
counting
see,
that.
it's one trophy. What's the guarantee he's going to win trophies at Arsenal? Though?
That's not the point. As long as he can
No,
take
how
us
much? Right, no,
forward,
no,
that's
but
what
when-
matters. It's taking us
when I
forward.
was-
Arteta's taking us backwards.
One second.
Fair enough.
Let that.
What my whole point being, look, if you want Allegri, give me something systematically, maybe tactically. Maybe you like his style of football. Maybe you like how he plays, how his teams play, their mentality. Don't give me he wins trophies.
I don't. For me, I don't
Then
care.
I'll take would you take Mourinho or Arsenal right now?
I don't really. My thought process is this: as long as you're winning stuff, I don't care who the manager is. It could be David Moyes. It could be Tony Pulis. I don't care. As long as we're winning what we need to win, as long as we're going forward as a club, then I don't care who the manager is. I don't care who the players are. I have no sentimental value to a manager. Yeah, Wenger was a great manager and we had him for years, so you have that sort of sentiment. But a manager like Arteta, say he's here for 3 years and wins us nothing else, what sentimental value do we have to him? He's won one FA Cup.
You keep saying winning trophies. He's won a trophy already, which a lot of managers can't do until their first 5 years.
No, that's fine. That's
not
fair.
really something that you can really say about trophies.
Yeah.
Arsenal fans are not sitting there going, "Oh, we're not winning trophies like Arteta." We're saying we're 10th, right? So you got to look at a manager then that can take us from 10th to 4th. And who do you think that is?
4th isn't a trophy either. 4th is 4th
No, but
loser.
that's what you
I
want to
want to
you
win
wanna
the
get to
league.
the next level.
Yeah. I want us to progress, but the main goal
Okay,
is
so
winning
who
the
do you
league.
think can win us the league then?
I don't. For me, it doesn't matter. As long as we win it, that's the point of the board. That's the point of we're getting a new owner in who can find someone who can do that.
Okay.
At the end of the day, football isn't what it used to be. Right?
Let me ask you a question. The next manager comes in. He can't win us a league. He can't win the Europa League. He can't get us into top 4. You're sacking him again, right?
Well, if he can't, as in physically can't, then why would you sign him in the first place?
No. But say you sign another
guarantees you a
manager.
title.
Yeah, say that again.
I said no one guarantees you a title. So
Well, that's acceptable, but certain so you're saying that you'd rather have Arteta over Pep Guardiola, because I know I wouldn't.
Obviously not, but he's not available. I'm being realistic
but
where
that's,
there's no one
that's fine.
I feel that's available that I think can make Arsenal from where they are 10th to challenge for a league title again. I don't see that right now. People say Allegri's name, but you can't tell me why you want Allegri except for the fact he's won trophies. That's a very vague argument. Tell me why you want Allegri and a different reason. When Man City signed Pep Guardiola, it's not because he won trophies, it's because of his style of football and how he plays and his philosophy. So that's what I want to hear.
Well, at the end of the day, what was the reason they signed Arteta? Did they like his style of football that he
Because
doesn't actually have
actually
yet?
signed him because it's
The guy isn't a manager.
No, but it was
It's a long-term
He's a
project.
very good coach. He's a very highly proven coach. That
Exactly.
A lot of top managers want.
That's fine. I'm not. Look, no one's taking away. Or maybe some people are, but I'm not taking away the fact that he's a good. He could be a good manager in the future. Yeah, if he's a good manager, maybe say 10, 15 years, whatever else, even less, I'd take him back if he's good. But right now, as Arsenal Football Club, why should we be giving work experience to people? That's the job of the championship team or something like that. Like, why are we doing it?
Let me offer you a manager who's not available right now, but he's a top, highly rated manager, young manager up and coming, Julian Nagelsmann. Would you take him at Arsenal?
Why not?
But are you then willing to give him time to get his players in?
Well, look, at the end of the day, we're never going to get that with the owners. And you can say that you can take that back to the fact that Arteta's never going to get it either. Oh, yeah, exactly. They are giving Arteta the money, but what's he doing with it?
No, they gave him time, sir. I'm saying, do you give Julian Nagelsmann time to get his players in for his philosophy? Because he's got a very specific way of playing.
Well, he can't get players in without the money, so
I'm just going to
interject to the owner.
Some money as well. He's not.
He's got a lot of money.
I'm just going to interject. Going back on. I just want to say something here. That what everyone's been saying about Arsenal, we're Arsenal Football Club. We don't need to persuade players to join us. We went for Max Allegri twice, and he turned us down. So, I mean, we can't persuade anyone to join Arsenal Football Club because we're this big club.
There's a reason why Max Allegri turned us down. He wanted the Chelsea job, and there's one reason why he wanted the Chelsea job. Because he knows he's getting paid more money, and he knows he's getting money from Abramovich. So that's why he wanted that job.
Mikel Arteta, right? Don't make Mikel Arteta blindly and go, he's the best manager in the world. He's got
No,
to
I
stay here.
Yeah.
We realise that on the market right now, and who's we can actually attract and get. There's no one better for the job, but we can't get anyone right now. I don't trust anyone at this club right now so far to get a better manager in. I asked yourself, and you couldn't give me a proper answer. You just gave me Allegri's a winner, but you didn't give me reasons why for it.
But what other reasons do you need?
Hang on. The reason being that if you keep saying as if we got offered Pep Guardiola, I'm saying no to him because we got Mikel Arteta. I would take Pep Guardiola over Mikel Arteta.
No. The reason why I said that was because you said that no one's guaranteed to win a league, and I'm not saying Pep Guardiola is, but certain managers have a higher possibility of winning the league. It's like saying, would you rather go out and get a very inexperienced plumber to do your work, or would you get an experienced plumber? I'm taking the experienced one because they know what they're doing. Pep Guardiola.
So you take Jose then?
Would you take Jose?
Yes.
He's doing well.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
What would I rather have Arteta who's 10th, or would I rather have Jose Mourinho who's 10th? Who cares? What's the point? Yeah, well, that's better than us. Ninth is better than us.
Oh, so you want ninth then?
What you just admitted right now is you rather not have Arteta at all. You just don't like Arteta.
Just say it. That's all fans.
So Jose Mourinho is a bad manager. Yeah. Is that what you're saying? There's reasons why he's failing at Tottenham. First off, look at the players that he has. Some of them players are worse than ours. His centre-back issue is
He's got
awful.
Kane and Son.
Oh, bro, your argument just went out the window.
Yeah, he has Kane. No, wait.
Okay,
he has Kane and Son. Kane's injured virtually at least once every season. Yeah, well, that's fine. Have Partey.
Guys,
but he's not. You just said Kane's the biggest part of that Tottenham team, and if he's injured, it's a bigger issue than Partey.
Guys, we're getting off track a little bit, okay? I understand we're having the whole conversation about Arteta, but at the end of the day, the club is not getting rid of Arteta. What I want people to understand is the people who have picked the side that they've said, they want Arteta out, only Arteta can change your mind. We're not change your mind. So having this conversation at times is almost pointless. Having the Arteta out conversation every time we lose a game is also pointless. At the end of the day, we should just back the club, back the team, and both sides we should coexist without having arguments every time. We can have constructive conversations.
Hold on. Guys are saying we have a better players than Spurs would, yeah?
Some.
Wait, hold on. A year or two ago, Spurs. Do you know how much the value of Spurs squad was? You're saying they've got. So how is our squad now better than Spurs?
I didn't say it was better.
I'm not talking to you. I'm just saying.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. I was going to say, I just said certain players.
But you said there's reasons why Jose is failing right now. There's reasons why Arteta is failing right now at Arsenal as well. They can't go one way for Jose and then the other way for Arteta. That doesn't make no sense.
True.
It's either both of them are shit now, or by context, both of them are struggling for reasons other than their own.
So Jose is failing because he came into a team that didn't have the players he needed, and Arteta had the same thing. Yeah, his style of play, I still don't know what his style of play really is because I don't think he even knows his starting 11 right now. He didn't have the play. He didn't have. You can tell he didn't have the players for the style he needs, and I accept that. Yeah, but he got money. Jose Mourinho got money. Did he get as much money? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, he did.
If Mikel Arteta has Kane and Son, we are not 10th. We are fighting for top 4 right now.
He has Aubameyang and Lacazette, who everyone says were amazing last season, but they're not playing well.
Green Express. You said Jose didn't spend enough money, yeah? They spent 4 mil on Vinicius loan, yeah? They bought Regulon for, 32 mil or something like that?
30 mil, yeah. 30 mil.
They end up getting Lasoso on a permanent also. They bought Dorothy as well, so they spent the same amount of money.
Yeah, but look, that's acceptable, yeah. And as I've said, both managers aren't good, yeah. Don't get me wrong. But am I taking Jose Mourinho, who, for a starter, again, has a resume, and if he gets the money, he can do something? Look, at the end of the day, that question was a bit of a difficult one because you say no, you can keep Arteta, he's not going to get the money anyway, or you can say yes, I get Mourinho. They're not going to buy no other managers. No, but my point with Arteta is it's not that I dislike him. For me, it's not that I dislike him as a person or him as a manager or anything. He's not going to succeed with this owner. No manager will, but certain managers will get more out of this owner than Arteta will. That's just it. We're never going to win the league and go unbeaten again with these owners. It's never going to happen. But for me, Arteta, under this owner, will do nothing because he needs a lot of money to find his players, to find the people he needs, to find the staff, etc. And he's never going to get that.
So why don't I hear Kroenke out trending when Arteta loses a game?
Well, that's not up to me, but I don't like the guy.
The reason why I don't hear that is because people choose an individual they can pick on.
Mm-hmm.
they find someone to blame on. Well, before actually blaming the main individual, which you've just admitted is, right, Kroenke, whenever Arsenal lose a game, I don't see Kroenke out getting trending, I see Mikel Arteta out.
But you can.
I see a player trending who's made a mistake, but I don't hear Kroenke.
The difference is, you put hashtag Kroenke out, what's that going to do? The guy doesn't care.
So then why'd you put hashtag Arteta out?
I don't hashtag Arteta out. But the point is you can go put hashtag Kroenke out. What's that going to do to anybody? You put hashtag Arteta out, that gets to people. That gets to the likes of Edu and that. If you say Kroenke out, the guy's probably sat there sipping on his £3,000 drink, not even caring.
Edu
They don't care.
The Arsenal Football Club going right.
They have
no. They're going right.
Edu, no, but they have media teams who do that.
Right. What's Arsenal Twitter said today? Who do you want to sign? Oh, they want Messi. Let me go get Messi. It doesn't work like that.
That's not the point that I made. The point is the Arsenal. Every single football club has media teams that watch YouTube videos, that watch this and that. And you can say they don't. They do, because Man United took down one of Terry's videos from the Football Terrace. Yeah. So I'm sorry, or apparently I don't know if that's true, but yeah, so they have people watching and scouring for certain things they don't like, yeah? So if they consistently see the same message saying Arteta out, if every single fan or most fans, most creators started saying Arteta out, that's going to go somewhere. If every single person says Kroenke out, the guy is the owner. No, but not everybody's doing it, Ken.
It doesn't matter about the numbers.
You need to get a lot of people doing it.
Go through the last two managers. Arsene Wenger was not sacked because we said Wenger out, right? Arsene Wenger was not sacked because we said Wenger out and it was trending all the time. It's because we dropped out of the top four and the owners realised, oh, we're losing out on money, so let's go and get a manager to get us top four. Unai Emery wasn't sacked because Emery out was trending, is because he lost the dressing room.
He was sacked because of that Frankfurt game. If you rewatch that, half the stadium was filled. That's
so
bad for money.
The players are mocking him behind the scenes and making fun of his accent.
It's been confirmed why they done it.
That's fine, but
he lost the dressing room and the players was mocking him. It's been confirmed.
Yeah, well, they're going to say that, but at the same time, Kesh, the fans were sick of it, man. Imagine if the fans was like,
sick of it.
Yeah, the fans didn't go to the stadium, so they were losing money when they should have been gaining money. Right now,
when Emery got sacked,
right
was
now,
he not in lockdown at that point when Emery got sacked?
No, but Kesh, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But the point is right now they can't make money from fans, whereas back then they could make money from fans. So they're losing revenue. Right now they're losing revenue, but everybody is. If fans were still in the stadium now, I'm telling you, you'd have been sacked. Because the fans, many fans would not have gone. That's it. He'd have been gone.
I'm going to have to wrap up, unfortunately. This has been great. I'm going to be back tomorrow, guys. We're going to have another discussion. Tomorrow, we're going to have another discussion around the club and what the problems are and how we're going to solve them. So we're going to be back. We're going to be back with another Arsenal discussion tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Today was great. Thank you, Babs, for coming on. Guys, go check out Babs' channel. Great channel, Babs14. And also Gunnar Express has his own channel. Check out Gunnar Express. You got Samuel on Twitter. You got Kesh on Twitter. Hopefully you guys check us all out. This has been a great constructive conversation. No one was disrespectful. Everyone was nice and respectful. And you know what? These kind of conversations we should be having instead of people calling each other clowns on Twitter. Anyways, have a good day, guys, and have a good one. Peace. We're out of here.